Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Stevie Danger Totolo from Gemini Multimedia Limited. Today, we're going to talk about one specific topic which is affecting our sector. Since 2025, when Donald Trump took over, so many things changed. The landscape of international aid has drastically been reduced in terms of funding, in terms of support. And by ricochet, the shortage in funding has greatly affected our sector as conference interpreters. There are so many international institutions that have been completely shut down. There are so many staffs that have been laid off. And there are so many freelancers like you, me, even in-house interpreters who have been laid off. They are no longer working and they are stranded. They are stuck. This is a situation where nobody expected. It's a situation where no one thought that one day money would just come to an end, funding would just come to an end. And we've seen that there's been a great shift of conference interpreters moving into the in-house options. So when there's a lot of tenders, there's a lot of employment opportunities in international organizations, be it in Africa, in Europe, in South America, so many colleagues are now hoping or choosing, or they are now preferring to join an institution so they can have a contract where they can have a monthly salary, where they can have a quote-unquote guarantee. It's a guarantee, of course, because they can cater for their needs, they can cater for their families, especially for people who have children like us. It's not easy, sometimes you can't even afford the fees of your children just because you're stuck or just because some funding had come to an end or stuff like that. So this is a good option for some of us who are very doubtful about the future. Those who are, I will not say pessimistic, but people who are very concerned about tomorrow, who are very concerned about what's going to happen in the next 1 month, in the next 3 months, in the next 6 months, especially those who have not been able to save. I don't like to use that word, saving. I don't believe in saving money. I believe in diversifying and investing. Those who have not thought of a second option, those who have not maybe diversified or invested in real estate, invested in automobile industry, invested in, in any other activities like maybe opening a school and having a second source of income. So we've seen so many colleagues, due to the situation, the tough situation, they've preferred to be working for organizations and even private clients, provided that they have a monthly salary. So it gives them some sort of leverage, some sort of guarantee, some sort of assurance so that they can afford not only their needs, but also those of their families. But for those like us who are freelancers, like you and me, who don't like to be employed, who like their own freedom, some of us are now stuck and they are wondering what they can do. Well, I'm here to tell you that there's so much you can do. I'm Stevie Danger Totolo, and I always say from Gemini Multimedia. Gemini Multimedia is basically my company. So I'm not just a freelance interpreter. I'm also a CEO. So I have my business that I run. I've been running my business for 5 years in Rwanda, and I do a lot of activities. So those activities help me, or they serve as a leverage, as an alternative for me to find ways to cope with any situation, not just the COVID situation where I was not really affected, or the Trump situation, or the funding situation. It has nothing to do with that. So I don't feel that pain like many others are being stuck right now, many people who have been laid off. So it is important for interpreters to also look at alternatives, or interpreting related, or any industry that is related to languages, like teaching, like document translation, like transcription work, or also like teaching, or even like lecturing, or even like coaching, or even being a business consultant. We are businessmen because we've been interpreting for so many businesses, so many topics, so many areas. When we talk about, for example, renewable energies, for example, so many of us have about 20 years in renewable energies, especially those in-house interpreters who have been working for specific organizations. So if you're into renewable energies, you are supposed to have your firm as a consultant in renewable energies. Or if you were able to save some money, you are supposed to reinvest that money into a renewable energies firm or contracting companies where you can work worldwide. And remember, we have a global presence. We are mobile professionals. We don't always stay in one country. At least we've traveled out of our country. So we know the global situation. And we are the best people to advise, to tell people what else they can do. It's very important for us as experts. So this is what we are supposed to do. We are supposed to be business consultants, business coaches. Let me tell you what. An interpreter, based on the experience with clients, like big clients, donor agencies, guess what? You can become a business advisor specialized in funding, proposal writing, or let's say for grant submission. You know it, you know the prerequisites because you have an experience. You are well vexed in business consulting because you've covered so many years with experts from all over the world. You know what's going on. You know you can be a coach, you can be a consultant, you can be a trainer. You can train people. Look at those conference interpreters who have been working for UN security, for example. After 10, 20 years of experience, they can become consultants. Even though they don't have the required degree, maybe if the degree they have is just for conference interpreting. But guess what? Today's world is not just about papers right now. It's about skills. It's about how good you are. It's about proof of concept. It's about the impact you've created. That's what people are looking for. When it takes somebody like Dangote or Tony Elumelu, people don't approach them because of what they acquired in school. It's about the deeds, what they've done to change the continent. And that's where they can get even more funding, business opportunities. They're even invited into international fora, etc. So this is a call for us to wake up, to take our own destiny in our hands. You can either choose to go the in-house way, where you have a guarantee, you have a pay, you can secure your children's school fees, because definitely organizations will pay for your fees, the school, the house, the rental, etc., which is a good option. But remember, there's retirement. You can't be working for life in an organization. You should also prepare on your exit. Or for those who like risks, so I am a risk taker, you can create your side income as a business, as a real estate company, or as a business development company, as a consulting firm, as maybe a school. You can even create a school because you are good at that, at communicating and so on and so forth. And for those who are interested in creating sustainable, good income with your voice, I'm a vocal coach, so I can coach you on how you can monetize your voice, not just working in thousands of platforms worldwide, available on the internet from anywhere in the world, but also how you can use your voice to create your digital empire, your digital business, which is going to pay you actively and also passively. Yes, of course. You remember, as interpreters, we make money actively. We get paid after meetings. But guess what? There's also something called passive revenues. So there are businesses that are totally passive. It means you create it from scratch. You put the system on, you let it run, and you exit, and money chases you. Yes, you can do that. Not just with a voice, I'm not trying to promote what I do, but also all the businesses that you can create, and money follows you. So you don't have to work all the time. Because remember, as conference interpreters, if you are sick, you can't work. You can't get paid unless you are in-house. So we depend on health. But guess what? There are businesses that you don't have to depend on your health, on your good health. You can still make money, even if you're sick. Even if I don't know, something happened to you, or maybe you are disabled, or you're living with disability, and so on and so forth. That's why you need to join the conference interpreting community, Conference Interpreting in Africa community, which is this channel, but which is also a community where you can pay $15 a month to be part of our house, quote unquote, to share experience, not only to improve yourself in the field, but also to diversify, to look at alternatives, because, man, the way things are going on, anything can happen worldwide, what war, I don't know, anything, crisis, financial crash, and I wouldn't like you to be suffering. I'm Stevie Angela Tuto from Gemini Multimedia Limited. Join our community and improve yourself, be a better person. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.